Hey there and welcome back to SnowRunner. Off we go though. We are going to complete the mission Means of Production. Deliver to the Sawmill. One big cargo container. How awesome is that? We are here with the Avenhorn A15, which is slightly roughed up though if you look at the bottom. And oh my, oh my, oh my. We are eating the dirt right away from the get-go, huh? There must be a route in there somewhere. But anyways, this broken down bridge, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. We might slide to our right side though, because you know how this bridge is already working though, right? You know, we got stuck on it big time last time. But right now, let's just go grab this crane. Turn a little bit so it doesn't get hooked onto something. Now, I really do hope though that we only have to put it in there. If not, we are just getting another vehicle, right, you know, around here. And then we are going to put it on the rear of it. And from there on out, we are going to deliver it there. And then we can deliver another mission too. I think I just have to turn around over here though, huh? Now, by the way, how is your journey in Amur doing, by the way? Mine is really going easy mode right now. And the first region is almost complete though, huh? Believe it or not. I believe we still have to pick up one extra mission, and that's about it. So we have 3 in total. One is called Closer to Heaven, I believe. Then we have this one. And then we have, yeah, Barefoot Cobbler. Yep, Barefoot Cobbler. That one is what we still have to pick up, though. Oh, well. Let's keep moving and then keep on grooving, though, right? You know, and then, of course, we have to do the company missions and all, but those contracts we will do in the end when every other region is completed. Alright. The crane should be a little bit adjusted though, right? Because I'm not moving that thing, but it's moving a little bit further to the left and a little bit further and a little bit further though. Kind of makes me nervous. There you go. Got almost stuck there. You know what? We can just, instead of it bouncing around. There you go. Beautiful. Look at that. Like a masterpiece though, isn't it? A little bit wonky though, right? A little bit wonky, but we might manage here. Alright, the Avenhorn is eating dirt again. Oh yeah, there you go. Very nice, very nice. So, you know, like we do need a solid strategy though if we do enter the other region. And I'm not sure how to start there yet. I know that I want to have an, how shall I say? I know that there is a gas station there, a fuel station, right? And I want my diesel. I want it to be available, but we also need to have it approachable, right? And that is where I'm still thinking like, how can we do that? How can we actually achieve that? Because there's a lot of broken roads in between here and there. Right over here to the left. Okay, we are gripping the snow and the ice here on the left side instead of the icy roads. Nice, beautiful. The container is missing it too. Now this is going to be an interesting part right ahead of us. But yeah, you know, like we do need to fix a lot over on that region. And it could be like we do need a mobile fuel station first, right? You know, before we can even reach the diesel. There we are. Come on, hook it up. Yeah, it's good that we have the crane pressing the cargo down right, you know. And there's a little hook over there, as you can see too. So that's a nice little extra though, huh? Oh yeah. Yeah, let's just call ourselves very lucky here. My oh my oh my oh my. So yeah, there's a lot of logistics planned though, and I'm really looking forward to it. But wow, that we are already doing a logging mission. You know, like normally we keep them for the end, because it's such a monumental task though, right? You know, it is absolutely Herculean often. And I have to say, I'm kind of surprised with this one, because Closer to Heaven is rather close by of what we do need. That makes it extra curious. But then again, at the same time though, I believe we do need different logs. So at the same time, we do have to go there with different cargo, right? well, I mean not cargo, with different trailers and all installed, or add-ons on the truck itself. So that's kind of interesting. That is kind of like we probably have to go back and forth 2 or 3 times, probably. Oh, it was too good to be true, though, huh? The trailer fell off. Oh, the trailer. The cargo over here, the container. There we go. This is the better position, though, huh? Leaning forward. Right against the truck itself. Can we not lower it? Nope. Oh well. Back into high gear. And let's stay a little bit to the right side over here, because then we have some grip if we do need to have a winch. We have options too, but the grid comes from the outside, right over there. Do you see it? Yep, the wheels are going up. Oh yeah. Awesome, by the way, but if I was the owner of that place over there, right, you know, of the sawmill, I'd either put a lot of logs right there, and that will be a lot of losses too, but I will put dead wood on the minimum though, right, you know, like trees that are too wonky and that you can barely get anything straight out. There's plenty of that, or bad quality trees in general that are not dead wood just yet. I'll just make a road though, right in between, because you gotta be able to get through here. But then again, we are talking about SnowRunner, right? In real life, that means nothing. That mud over there means nothing, man. There's such beautiful solid trucks though that are just kick gas, right? You know, in the mud. But we do need that struggle. If we don't have that struggle, I think we will not be happy, right? Should be around here somewhere. Cargo management. Oh, yeah. Well, we do need another one. All right, let me get one. Look at that shake though, huh? The Avenhorn has it a little bit cold though, it seems. Can we actually grab it out of here? I wonder. Maybe if we are doing it this way. Nope. Alright, so that means that I want to restore this crane and then use the Avenhorn to actually... There you go. Actually, nope. Start the engine, of course. There we go. It's such a basic thing that I seem to forget at times. And then we are going to lift it right over here. I wish though, like, more trucks had this this crane. It is just so incredibly good though. It's a powerhouse. Alright. And then stop the engine. You know what? Let's put it in the store here for now. In the garage. Alright, and then we are going to pack this cargo. Manage. And there we go. Mission complete, my boys. That was the episode. I'm only kidding. Whoa, that was impressive. Thanks to you, we won't have to wait for I don't know how long to get the new tools. And yes, if you need wood, just let us know. Yes, sir. We'll definitely let you know though. But what type of wood do you have for me, big boy? So we do need medium planks for closer to heaven, long planks, and metal beams. Ah, I see. So we just have to get the logs over here. And then, of course, you know, we have a great time by having more wood. Awesome sauce. While we are driving here, we do see this little mission over here though. Like, show task. Treasure hunter. Well, of course we are going to accept that. I promise you a good lead, so listen, there is a car at the bottom of a ravine here. It's been there for there a while, but it looks okay. Tow it out and we'll see what we can do with it. Interesting. Huh. Very, very interesting though. So, yeah, this mission did pop up though, after we delivered that one trailer, right? Interesting, because we have never ever seen it on the map pop up though. Alright, well, there you go, my boys. Awesome sauce. Now I have 2 rolls with me, so we can make a steel beam. We could have taken them from the warehouse too, because there's 4 left. But if we do need 2 steel beams, let's say for an bridge, you know, like boulders on the road, and then we do need anything like that though, then we have to go from there and pick up what is remaining. Then we have to go over here and deliver the rolls. Then we have to pick up the steel beams from here, and it's a back and forth though, right? It makes everything way more complex than it should be. So just for missing 1 out of 4, so we have 3 left there, I wouldn't do it, because mostly we do need 2 of these metal beams. So, you know, that is that. And in the meanwhile, it's not a difficult task to do this with the ZigZ after all. And then once we have the steel beams, we are going to deliver it to the church. Kind of interesting to see that he do need massive steel beams, by the way. Because I do not think, with all the logs that we are delivering there, that they do need steel beams. Because steel beams and concrete go hand in hand. Maybe they do need a little bit of a foundation though, but what are they having below the church then? You know, like the steel beams that we are delivering are in quality and quantity, you know? So yeah, that makes me very curious though right now. Oh well. We will never find out what the priest is doing with the steel beams, because it's a little bit too much. And the best thing about a wooden building is that you only need wood. You know, you don't even need nails though. If you are a wood master, you can make those wooden spikes. You know, a little hole in the wood here and there, and then you ram those spikes in, and even with the temperatures, it just grows, you know, stretches and de-stretches with the rest of the building. So there's no squeak, there's no squawk, and there's no crack anywhere. If you have doing it rather well though, I have to say, right? Because that is something that we have to think about too. Alright, there we go. Steel beams ahead, and then we have another mission over here. And I thought that we were done, huh? Well, close but not yet though. Close but not yet. Show task. We hear you're game for some tough work. We were planning to open a workshop at the factory, but we will need some supplies. And your trailer, and our trailer got stuck in the ravine. Could you try and pull it out for us? Sure, but again? Ah, look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that, though. Yeah, that is something else, though, isn't it? Yeah, that is something else. So we do need to keep... No, wait a minute. Yeah, it is a... Okay, we have to investigate. Because I think it is a trailer for low saddle. And then we do need a vehicle that can have that. A low saddle and a crane attached to it. So it's probably going to be the ZigZ. What we also could do is get the trailer up right, get everything ready already, and then get the truck out here with the low saddle. That is also an option. But at the same time, that kind of feels like more work though, because if something bad happens and the other truck doesn't has, you know, like the crane, then we have trouble. Huh. Well, options though, right? You know, we will see what we will do. Let's just focus first on the mission closer to heaven. Yeah, that trailer is definitely a low bed, a low saddle trailer though. And I have to say though, I'm not sure what happened, but man, it went flying. Just look at that though. It definitely went flying. Alright, anyways, we want to keep our eyes open for the vehicle too. Because right now I think we might actually activate it. We have the perfect truck for it close by. After all, we are driving it. And I think it's a pretty decent one to actually do that mission with. Cargo management. There you go. That one is complete. Now let's go to the other mission. Treasure Hunter. Where might it be? Ah, all the way. No, that is my truck right there. All the way there? No way. Oh, and you want me to do that over there? Well, we're going to do that right away. Later on. Because it's nice close by to the garage, though we don't really have to do it. Let's go and focus on this big boy right over here. We do now need something for medium logs 2 times. And I think we are going with the cat. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, we are hauling 2 at the same time, though. I kind of want to stay with the Russian or Eastern European type of trucks. And I have to say the Antarctica. And of course my favorite, right at back there. Are a perfect fit though. What is not a perfect fit is that it doesn't have a race suspension, the one at the rear. Now the issue with that is we do need that desperately in this region. Because if we don't, it is becoming more and more troublesome and difficult. Come on, turn around. I know you're slow at this, but yeah, the Russian trucks, man, no matter how powerful they are or how good, their noses are a massive issue though, aren't they? They are always being dug in the ground and everything. Yeah, that is the thing that you really have to fight with the Russian ones. Oh well. There we go. And please move to the right, because if the one at the rear is tipping, everything is tipping here. And there's a reason why I have pulled the one at the rear as far as possible as we can, is because its nose is actually on the rear tires then. And I know how it sounds like, and a total disaster IRL. All the, well, bodywork, you know, is getting too much damage then, but it's something that we just have to accept here right now, you know. Hoppa. Apparently the Antarctica truck is agreeing with us. And there we go. There we are. It could be worse though, it could be worse. This was the most difficult part that we are fighting against right now. Yeah. It's like a snail though, right? You know, of a snail, a snake. The way how we are moving around because of the way how the Antarctica is steering. And then with the long log trailer combined with a beautiful long truck at the rear. Yeah, it is something else though, it's something else. And of course the rear is pushing too when the front is getting stuck a little bit, right? You know, and that just causes a lot of issues too. And then, you know, you're jackknifing the jackknife, you know, it's like a double jackknife at this point. Let's go a little bit back here. Alright, back to the front. Steer a little bit sooner. There we go. Yeah, but that is the absolute weakness though of these Russian trucks. Yeah, you know, the nose, it just getting dug in each time. Right, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, it is something else though, right, you know? It is something else, but what an adventure are we having here. I gotta say though, right? I will not forget this though. I will not forget this. You gotta try it. It is such a strange way because, you know, the way how this beautiful truck, by the way, just to make it clear, it's the Azov 4220 Antarctic. Alright? But because we have 1, 2, 3 jackknife points at this at this little train that we are having here, this land train. But my oh my oh my, it is a powerful one though. It is a powerful combination that you can have. For real, and especially with the Antarctic, 71-inch tires. There is no mud in the world that we cannot conquer though. There's just none of that. The only thing that can conquer us is the slow steering mechanism. But as you can see, it steers more with the rear than with the front because the rear is lighter. It is easier to maneuver through everything. And that is a bad thing though. Look at the curves that we can make. It is so incredibly good. There we go. Just a little bit of forcing right over there. Go to the left a little bit more next time. Yeah, beautiful. We have to go to the right. Oh my, there's so many points that we have to look at right now, right? You know, we have to look at the front and we have to actually pre-steer with the Antarctic. And we have to steer at our trailer and at the Azov behind us. What a unit though, what a unit. Just to get the numbers right, it's the Azov 73210. One of my favorites though, because I do love the cabin. And whenever I'm playing this game though, I'm just seeing you right next to us. And if there are more watchers, right, you know, and there are definitely more, you know, there's plenty of room right over there too. You know what I mean? So that Azov is a hauler, not just of cargo, but also of passengers. And the same with the other one that I really love, the Tatra. It's such a great cabin, that. Wow. And the Tatarin for scouting. Fantastic stuff too, right, you know? By the way, I cannot believe that I'm not using the Tatarin at the hardest and most difficult map in the game. Oh boy. And it's such a fitting map too, by the way, isn't it? Now, we have to take the more difficult route. Technically, but we won't. It's more difficult only because of more mud though, but this will be more difficult in movement. Oh yeah. Now we kind of have to hurry though, I would say, because we are also running out of fuel. And it's a good thing though that we can use the Tatarin for fuel missions here and there. That's really, really good. Resupplies and all. And that we have the ZigZ 612H also close by. So that we can actually use that one also for refueling. But my, oh my, oh my. Refueling is an issue though. Especially in these long stretches. And look at how much we are burning through per minute, by the way. That is tremendous. That is tremendous. That is something you really have to think about. And especially if you are... well, hauling another friend around too, right? You know, like what we are doing right now. And by the way, turn on the beacons. Look at the stress on that trailer, by the way. That long log trailer. You can see the metal shake. Wow. That is something else. Oh, that little boulder over there, yeah, that's a special little project. I think we might just fit right in between. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and by the way, this Azov behind us, I am not really sure how good it actually will be with the race suspension. It might be S tier out of nowhere, but I think the size of the tires are really its bottleneck. And I really do think it's a massive bottleneck at this point. I truly hope it's not though, but you never know, right? You know, we can only find it out later on. Oh boy. We pressed a little bit too hard with that Azov in the back. And we jackknifed ourselves here. Come on, what's going on here? No, it's not stuck there either. Interesting. There we go. Ah, look at that. Okay, I did not see that massive rock there. Understandable. Nice. Off we go. Now the Antarctica though, we don't have anything to restore. Oh, we do! Oh, totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about it. I thought we had a very specialized... Well, we do have a very specialized engine in this thing. But we also have a cabin. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Nice. Sometimes you just gotta let go though, huh? If you want to move on in your world, sometimes you just have to let go. Whatever you want might come back, like our little Azov did. Alright, all of this is going to be easy mode though. I'm not really sure what's written on this little sign. Of course it will be in Russian, so I will not know either. But probably a danger warning, you know what I mean? Interesting place though. Yeah, especially that he did build a electric tower or radio tower. Yeah, it is a radio tower though. Why would he put a radio tower down there? Unless he want to measure something that happened in there. Maybe. After all, there are UFOs in this region, you know? So that is something that that widens our horizon by possibilities of the local legends though. The paranormal and all, you know. But the thing though is at the same time, I might say, like, it might just be a weird Soviet thing. You know, like it might be hidden out of view and all. But to be fair with you, if I need a radio tower around here, I'd put it on a mountain. And it doesn't have to be very tall up then, right? You know, it could be just a block. Because you're already tall and high up, and then you have that. But of course, if you want the ultimate reach, you still build a tower. But you don't need it technically. Alright. Oh. Yeah, let's just put it in low gear plus. Differential log on. And then we are hauling up the mountain and we go keep hoi. Now the fuel is getting lower and lower and lower. Which is understandable after all. Been a long hauling journey. So I'm very happy with the 6E around. If the 6E will not be enough, well, that's no issue either. We just get a nice fuel trailer around here. Well, let's go. Oh, I totally forgot about this little obstacle. I think we might be... Well, we have two options here. To the left or to the right. And by the way, I would go to the left side if I were you. But I'm going to try to do this through the right side. Nice a little detour, right? You know, a long way around. Oh, this is very smooth though. Yeah, take the right one. Just take this path. It is so much smoother. Yep. Oh yeah, look at that, man. It's like a snake though. The way how we are moving through everything. We only got 30 liters left. Oh yeah, not a lot though, but as you can see, we are right here at that factory, which is awesome. I wonder though, how much liters or Azov over there has. After all, if it has like say 150, we could share a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And how awesome is it that we actually arrived there on time? Now, I kind of want... Ah, long way around, huh? Yeah, we could probably just go here to the right. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I mean, we are in the Antarctic though. If we are not made for off-road, then I don't know what is. Because this is the ultimate, the absolute ultimate scientific military off-road vehicle. Well, there is one more. It's a very silly looking one though. The tires are almost as big as the truck itself. And it can actually go over water without changing anything. But at the same time, you never know though, right? You know how much power it has compared to this one. Well, technically we could know. There is no refueling here? Why? Why is there no refueling? Oh, look at that. Yeah, we technically cannot refuel here. Ah, now we can, because it was probably not close enough. Something like this. Alright, so let's keep on moving. Let's just pretend we slept right through the night. Now this is a shortcut though. It is absolutely possible. It's a little bit easier for you if you have another truck behind you where you can winch up closer and closer, because then you are being pushed forward. But in general though, I gotta say, with the Antarctic it is absolutely possible. And if you stay in the forest, I would not go here. I would just go here. We have done that before. Alright, see you guys at the sawmill there, or the logging station. Because this is an easy thing, as you can see. It just takes time. And so we arrive. Now, we still have a little bit to go. But I think we are actually successful in our little journey though, huh? Now, 61 liters. I don't think we have enough power in us to actually move towards there, but we will definitely try. Definitely. 59 left though, 58, and it just keeps on going, you know, it just keeps on going. Now, we still have the 6C close with us though, I hope, right? Do we? Yeah, we do, nice. Alright, very good, very good. So I was a little bit worried there, because then I just had to get another fueler around here, but in general we are doing peachy. Alright, there we go. Freedom though, freedom. Here we are. Now let's go and grab some long logs. Careful for that log over there right on the floor, because that will just destroy everything you really need though. Those big tires at the bottom of your truck, you don't want to lose those though. And how often did we lose something just because of a silly little plank, or, you know, a root, or something that insignificant? Man, planks? Yo. Yeah, I never forget that. And small logs? Ooh, Alright. Let's just keep on hauling here. 23 liters per minute still. Yeah, this haul is something else. It is... Okay, so, this is good to know. Hauling long logs like this takes as much energy as hauling a truck with a medium log add-on. That is a lot of weight though. That truck alone is probably 23, 27 tons. Probably. It's a very heavy truck though. Not as heavy as the Antarctica. Not even close, clearly. But wow. That is a lot though, if you calculate it like that. And of course, logs are easy to underestimate. But man, wood? No. Woo. Don't tip though. Yep, that's the issue of this type of steering. Oi, it's so slow and it's easy to underestimate, especially if you get the money shot right, you know. But at the same time, right, you know, like logs, man, they are often harder than steel. Yeah, well, you know, there are crash dummy tests around where a car is hitting a steel beam and all. It doesn't look pretty. Neither for the steel beam, because that thing is crushed, man. Same with the car. But there are also where you do see it where happen with a tree. The tree has a scratch. Oh yeah, I remember as a kid though, driving around where I'm from, trees are everywhere at the side of the road, right, you know. And the thing about it is though, is that there were always so many dents where you do see that something got hit, right, you know. Something did hit that. Alright, let's go grab the 6C. And fuel that one up just a tiny bit though. But yeah, you know, like there were so many trees that were growing older and older, and I was driving the same road for, let's say, 10 years on my little bicycle to school, let's say. And yeah, man, you know, like the trees just grow older and bigger and bigger and bigger. But those wounds though, where a car did hit, they never healed or whatsoever. They never disappeared. I think that's okay. Now, if we do think about, you know, about that, right? You know, and with steel beams, they just rust away. But the damage itself, it contains, yeah, man, you know, it is worthless then. So the funny thing about trees, though, is that it's absolutely underrated, underestimated. Everything though. You know, like think about it. Ships, old school ships, right? You know, those battleships, they had to endure cannon fire and keep sailing. I mean, wow. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm not a marine from those days though, huh? Whew. Sure, rockets these days on the metal boats are not a joy either, but you know what I mean. Appa. Stop the engine. Now we are going to the Azov 73210. Now I don't think we can actually make it all the way up there either. But we will see, we will see. Now for flat terrain and stuff like that, this truck is absolutely amazing. It really is amazing though. Can you imagine there were no medium locks here? I can. It's a typical thing that that happens to me. But yeah, let's go and let's see how this one actually is hauling up here. Now, as you can see, the nose, yeah, that's the biggest issue that I'm having with this truck though. I really do like the design of it and all. But the nose is just so close to the floor. Just wait until it flattens out a little bit like that over there. Oh, yeah, do you see that? Well, that alone though could just push us back. But in general, it is so strong. It's really good though. It has a lot of power, lots of torque, lots of grip. It steers in the front and at the back. So you can have perfect tight corners. Lots of control. It is not tip heavy at all. The center of gravity is at the bottom. A little bit below the axis even though, right? You know, how crazy is that? Chassis, not axis. So how crazy is that? I love it. I really, really do. It's a fantastic truck. And it barely uses fuel though. No matter what, we do need to... well, you know, I kind of want to steal most of this from the Azov, by the way. 6Z. And I think I will do the same with the other one, because then we have two dedicated loggers around here. And I think we do need logging in the future too, you know? So, sounds like a solid plan to me. Yeah, sounds really good. There we go. Let's go grab another one. Driving this truck right now really reminds me why I like it so much. It's more than just stable. It's not bounce heavy though, you know, like it just stays in what it does. Pure control. And you know, I like control. I prefer control and clearance. Those are the two main factors. And then of course strength, because we want to keep moving. But yeah, those are the three top that I focus on in that order. Control, balance, and then strength. Now, hopefully the priest or the monk actually, right, you know, is actually very happy with our haul. He has tons and tons of wood though, so hopefully he makes a nice little thing for himself. You did good, you did a good deed. Now I can fix it nicely. Very nice though. If he needs help, we will hear about it. But also by that, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you in the next one. Happy trucking. And don't forget though to fuel up. Bye bye.